Jumbo, fellow adventurers, and happy Friday. It's Mike Dooley. Time for another spiritual tune-up where I answer your questions below on Facebook and or Instagram. Today's question from a viewer allows me to talk about one of my favorite talking points, the fact that we are naturally inclined to succeed. The question is this: Mike, how can we cancel negative, fearful thoughts? Can we undo the thoughts we've been sending out to the universe? For example, I was emotional and thought of something selfish. When my awareness kicks in, I'd like to delete those thoughts from space. All right, you cannot unthink thoughts. But remember that you are of God, by God, pure God, here by choice, inclined to succeed. You are so much more positive than you have any idea. Far more positive than you give yourself credit for. That you got out of bed this morning speaks volumes for your inclination to make it through and even thrive in another day. So that you think little thoughts or 17 hours worth of fear. Remember, as I've taught, it is as if your positive thoughts are 10,000 times more powerful than your negative thoughts. Now, that might sound too good to be true, right? And it's like, okay, he's this motivational guy, and yeah, wouldn't it be nice, and in a perfect world, and you know what one of my neighbors once told me at a Christmas party? You know, your neighbors don't know what you do. They're not into the woo-woo, and they don't know what I do. She's like, Mike, I found your website. I'm like, oh, you did? Oh my God. Like, and I'm waiting for her to be like, wow, it was so cool. And she's like, wishful thinking. That's what I call what you do, Mike. Wishful thinking. And then you hear me say on a Friday, your positive thoughts are 10,000 times more powerful than your negative thoughts. 10,000 times is absolutely an understatement. You got to be like, well, it's Friday, give it to him. Who knows? What the hell? Blah, blah, blah. No. As I love to share, being of the divine, by the divine, for the divine, here by choice. You existed before this incarnation began. You knew what was going on from the zenith of your magnificence, from the brilliance you could see, the entire panacea of reality. And you said, me, there, now. You knew what you were doing. You saw the probabilities. You saw the challenges, the lions, tigers, and bears, but more than anything else, you saw the love. And you knew that you would fall in love and you would be loved. And it would just be this amazing adventure in these sacred jungles of time and space being played out in the palm of God's hand, where everything that happens and everything that doesn't makes you more. And so you're here to roll like thunder, baby, and get it on and follow your dreams and just live with passion. That's why we're here. Full stop. No testing, judging, sentencing. You're not a random speck of dust that evolved from an amoeba. Where did amoebas come from anyway? And why do we still have amoebas today? Evolution exists, so does creationism. And this is the beauty and the bounty of it all. You chose this lifetime to adventure and to frolic and to grow and to soar. And therefore, given that you are this tidal wave of intergalactic, joyful, unbounded energy, when you think thoughts in alignment with your true nature, the truth. So forget positive thoughts, negative thoughts. That's just my judgment or somebody else's judgment. When you think thoughts in alignment with truth, that it's all God, that there's only love, that everyone's doing their best, that we end up in the same place, the heart of God. Those thoughts, boom, 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 they sustain you. They become things. It's just this unending domino effect and an upward spiral lifts off. When you think thoughts out of alignment with truth, what we normally call negative, but that's labeling with emotional tags, like I'm dumb, it won't work, nobody likes me, God is angry, people are mean, I'm just an amoeba with a billion years of evolution. Those thoughts don't become things very easily. Oh, they can do, you can do it, but it's really hard. Like you learned in grade school, it's easier to smile. It takes fewer muscles than to frown. That's pretty darn cool. It's easier to laugh. You've been doing it your whole life than to cry. You laugh 10,000 times more than you cry. The proof is everywhere of your natural born inclination to succeed, which is reflective of your natural positivity. And so you've got this unspoken positivity that permeates every cell of your body. And so last night you were thinking bad thoughts about some jerk down the road. You don't even need to cancel them. Everyone's entitled to some jerk thoughts. Everyone's entitled to a bad day. Everyone's entitled to a bad year, decade, lifetime, millennia, all right? But when you know what we know, you bounce back faster. The cards are stacked in your favor. You totally got this. Change the channel in your mind and boom, you're going with the current. You were swimming against the current last night when you were thinking those thoughts. You don't have to undo them. You just have to surrender to who you really are. Be focused on the things that put a smile on your face, that make you laugh. Realize the evidence of what I'm saying is your whole life. You're healthier by 1,000,000 miles than you are sick. You have friends more than you've ever been alone with no one to call. You've never had a day in your life with no friend. Okay? You've got clarity more than you're confused. You have money more than you're broke. You have, just name it. You're killing it. So you have a bad day. So you have some negative thoughts. You don't need to worry that you worry. You're here to thrive, and you're doing it. You're doing it, brothers and sisters, and it's Friday. You're going to thrive even more. I wish you the best Friday of your life so far. Thank you for the great questions. Post them down below. You're inclined to succeed. You're pushed on to greatness. Let this be the best weekend ever. A turning point of all turning points. The cards are stacked in your favor. What are you afraid of right now? You're going to kill it. You always have. What do you dream of right now? You're going to get it. You always have. Knowing this is half the battle. All right, what can I sell you today? What can I tell you about today? Go to tut.com. Have your friends sign up for Notes from the Universe. Check out the events we have coming up. Now there's a new podcast. There's a Train the Trainer program coming up. Lucid Dreaming begins on Tuesday. I hope you're there. Tut.com. Thank you for sharing below with your friends. The links, the stars, the waves, the hearts. Hey, Heather on Instagram. Lori on Instagram. The new Lacey on Instagram. On Facebook, Casey, Brenda, Jerry, Nelson, Winnie. Love you all. See you Monday. And that's all for today. Taliho amigos. Hasta la pronto. Right? Okay.